I ain't dad know that boy aunt had a daughter before this, man. I remember he had a son and he sacrificed the baby. So that's 2 boys we knew about. Now we know about a girl that almost got sacrificed too when he was on that crack. And we know why he stopped smoking crack for real. Like, yeah, crack did make him stop smoking crack. He almost took care of his baby, boy. Got rid of her, boy, for no reason. Hold on, man. We got that boy Big Homie CC gets heated after 607 accuses him and Dugard of capping about everything. Nah, we just seen this, man. 607 just exposed his security guard, Big Homie CC. Shout out 607 for this banger right here, man. Let's get straight to it.
Hold up. It's a good day.
For sure.
Right. Let them know who we got in the building. But you don't need no introduction.
For sure. It's your boy Big Homie.cc. My boy Big Dugard.cc. We work.
Big Dugard.cc. What is the .cc?
You know,
Copyright?
Double C stand for, them outstanding members, the Freeziest. Cold Click.
The Freeziest Cold Click.
The Freeziest.
Come on, man. What that mean?
Just the coldest that ever lived. You already know.
Right. Coming straight from the trenches.
Under the trenches.
Of Chicago.
Right.
Streets unplugged. You know we got.
Now I see why they say they mad capping. Look how he gonna start it.
In a while, I swear God on my.
Right.
Both a little bit.
Is Dugard from the trenches of Chicago too?
Damn.
Same place I'm from. You know that?
Why you look like that?
That's just how you look. That's his normal look.
Right.
Don't take it personal, now. That's just how Dugard look. That's how he is.
Okay, I ain't gonna take it personal, right? But I know somebody taking it personal, right?
Like who?
The courts. They putting your name in a lot of documents. Right. A lot of people thought that you was fake. Even me. I thought like you was a big bozo.
Right.
But now documents are surfacing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, in our community, historically, black people killed at grades. So, I was prepared for that. That's why I provided certain receipts before I did anything. And, internet is revenge of the nerds, so I ain't really expect the nerds to get it.
Nah, Dugard hitting that boy.
But everywhere I go, like real gangsters, real men, real women embrace me. So, mission accomplished.
Well, I don't know if real women, real men embrace you. But I know that the Newsweek did. Right. Your name was in the Newsweek.
What you see on there?
It don't matter what I see.
Right.
Why is it there?
Well, I got a certain history of being involved.
Of pulling out guns.
Yeah.
And being very violent.
Yeah. In order for a man to combat evil, he must be able to enact evil.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll say it again for you. In order for a man to combat evil, he must be able to enact evil.
How does that work?
Even Jesus tore up the church before.
Right. Okay. So, you were never being violent. What drove you to even be there to be mentioned in this type of case? That's what I want to know. Like, why was you there? Because Guappo Hunter said you never been around Diddy.
Because now you really got me kind of wondering if Big Homie CC has kind of like made up his whole biography.
Made everything up. That's how it started.
We really need receipts on a lot of his prior claims.
Right. Whack 100 has said that a lot of lies out of his mouth. He has said that I never was around like certain artists, and then he would fake a phone call and say certain things, and he would just blatantly invent things. I never once said I was Busta Rhymes' bodyguard. I never once said I was Diddy's bodyguard or any of that. Whack 100 was paid a large amount of money to go online and try.
Boy, you say you ain't say what, boy? Yeah, you did. Well, stop capping, boy. Come on, you just flaws and talking about you the boy security guard. You got a drug. You hitting that drink. That drink hit you right back. Come on, bro. You gonna cap to me like that, gang?
Discredit me, and I got some intel about that.
What kind of intel?
I got some receipts about that.
Where do you get the intel from?
Some of my friends are in high position.
Well, I'm just gonna put it out there. I heard you connected with the CIA. Right. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
These things are factual. But I've been invited down to Langley, Maverick and myself. Before I went public, we never.
I got on the speakers right now. Let me turn it up. See if y'all can.
Anti-human trafficking in the news.
So yeah, now I got that bit playing on the speaker, but not too loud. You feel me? Look, if I turn it up, you can hear that bit.
Once we went public, certain powers realized that, wait a second.
Yeah. Oh, it's good quality.
If these guys is coming out risking it all, we're gonna have to pick up the pace on things.
Not that far. Appreciate that, gang.
It offer you job to kind of silence you. That's what you're saying.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
It takes a lot to say that.
Yeah,
I got good ass speakers.
I'm just at a point
Studio
where
speakers. You know how rapping.
It is what it is. Whatever the risk that is involved, I'm fine with that. I never had no peaceful time in my life. I ain't never had no meaningful relationship.
So it's safe to say the CIA your biggest op.
That's a W.
I got a lot of ops.
The CIA is probably one of them.
Of course.
How do a person like you get on the CIA hit list? You saved thousands of women. Is that a good thing? That's not a good thing?
I'm not gonna say I'm on a CIA hit list, but myself, my partner Maverick, we've been offering money from presidential campaigns and stuff like that.
Presidential campaign? Stop playing on me. Name one. You gotta. Don't say it if you ain't gonna name one.
Yeah, name that shit.
Kamala Harris offered us money to post certain.
Oh, you got motion, boy. That boy working with Kamala and them.
Things on maybe have.
That's the president. She was running for president.
Now she was the president.
I'm not for sale. And a lot of this stuff on the internet.
She ran last term.
A lot of guys, I firmly believe a lot of guys give a on camera pause. You see the Island Boys got paid a large amount of money to him and his brother to take each other's case on OnlyFans. You saw that?
But what the fuck they just put on my screen, bro? I can't be doing, hey, bro. Next time, just talk about them. You don't gotta throw pictures up, gang. If it's some pictures like that, gang, come on. Come on, gang. I ain't trying to see that ass.
Right.
Shout out the gay community.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys are for sale online. It is what it is. God sent me to do a job, I'm gonna do it.
Right. All right. Well, moving right along. You a bodyguard, right? It's a lot going on with Yellow Beezy.
Are they giving out bread and okay, like home?
He just got released on bond for the murder for hire of Mo.
She was deaf the president.
Right.
She ran Biden the whole term.
How do you feel about that?
That was her term.
You feel like he should have done that? Because I heard that Mo P shot him first. Mo 3. I don't know his name. Mo 3 shot him first.
Well, Mo 3 was very adamant in his music that, all he did was dirt by himself, by his own. And once you go into that pathway where you feel like it's gangster to hire people to do things on your behalf, you open up the door for betrayal, and you open up the door to get a law enforcement on your heels because, whenever there's money involved, things get sloppy. You see what happened with Duck.
Right.
That was brazen, middle of the day. Guys that's in poverty.
Chicago.
Right, in Chicago, guys that are in poverty. Once you dangle that prize in front of their face, they'll do anything to get that money right away. It's the same thing. In the middle of the traffic on a highway, you jumping out with a machine gun.
Right. So why would they let a killer that killed somebody out on bond to kill again? Allegedly, if he did it, why would they let him out on bond?
Well, if you were law enforcement and you wanted to try to reel in more people, you let that person out on bail. Let him get back into his network.
Wow.
And then now, it's going to be 24-hour surveillance on him and everybody. Every place he goes, every call he makes, everything.
Right. So you said that's why they dropped the bond and lowered the bond to the price that he can afford because they don't have enough for the case yet.
Facts. And then, they also want to make sure they can affect you financially. Because if they know, look, he spent this much on this, his lawyer cost this, his mortgage cost this, his car notes cost this, they're keeping track of you financially. And in his case, it's documented that he went to the bank and withdrew a large sum of money. The same sum of money that the alleged person was cooperating said he was paid for this.
Yeah.
Right.
About him.
Right.
He's saying he's snitching.
Right.
Do you think that's like the right thing to do? On somebody that you allegedly killed for?
You know, the street rules are a myth.
What?
Yeah, the street rules are a myth. That's mythical. You look at the history of this, everybody haven't followed those rules.
Right.
You know, Boosie said, some of us gonna make it, some of us ain't. Everybody not gonna accept it.
Right. Right. Well, I know somebody that's not really accepting it and moving right along. Texas not accepting it.
Right.
Texas not accepting it because they are killing kids and babies, which is the same thing. But Charleston White saying,
Man, nigga, fuck the baby. yeah, fuck the baby. And fuck the city of Fort Worth too. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing or say nothing to me. I swear to God they ain't. Nigga, go yayo or get out of jail and look the other way about me. Nigga, fuck is you talking about, nigga? Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, go yo. You could have called out somebody else, bro. You calling out a rapper that been on Say Cheese for years. Like, yeah, we heard he do a little something in the city, but come on now. You calling out him like he the big honcho? You crazy, bro. Like, he just got out of jail. You fried, gang.
Yeah, about that baby, all that dead ass. Yeah.
how do you feel about Charleston White, a public speaker that speaks for Texas? I mean, he said fuck him. He said all these people, but they wasn't Texas residents.
This is live, James.
Right.
This is a resident of his hometown. Do you think it's safe for Charleston White to be in Texas now?
Well, Charleston White is on record making claims that FBI agencies have reached out to him and tell him stop making disparaging remarks to Islamic groups. He openly challenged them. I've seen Charleston openly challenge everyone. And as far as I've been informed, he still lives in the same residences in Texas. So, I mean, you know, we must begin to police ourselves. You see things like babies getting killed because nobody's reprimanding anybody for the nonsense they're doing.
Right, right.
So you got to keep these things in mind. Like at the end of the day, black men only respect danger.
Only respect danger.
Fact.
But they ain't respecting danger too much in LA. Because they did a sweep.
Right.
And they got everybody from No Jumper.
Right.
They got one of your biggest ops.
Right.
And while you got, Dugard next to you, we saw a video, right? Cam Capone posted.
Yeah.
With Dugard basically talking to Loose Cannon. And Loose Cannon was basically saying he never disrespected you in any kind of way.
Right. You saw that?
I saw that. So have you ever disrespected you in any kind of way? Because I heard him say he did, and then I heard him say he didn't.
He was disrespecting me online.
But not in person.
When he see me in person, he wants to be my buddy.
Oh.
That's usually how it go though.
Yeah, I go.
These guys know they can't face us in the street. So they gotta play on the internet. Because that's the only place you can play without repercussions. Once you get out of this paint, things are a lot different.
Yeah, I know it get a lot different for him.
They got
And
bazookas.
Brick Baby both in jail on a federal indictment. But it's rumored
What's the rumor?
that Brick Baby
So fake.
is not on the case as
Saying
a
like,
member, but as a victim.
The reason why Brick Baby ain't in the RICO is because Brick Baby was a victim. He was getting extorted.
I dig you.
Yeah, he was getting extorted.
They said Brick Baby was being extorted by the 6-0s.
So he listed as a
Hey, W edit, huh? Well, I see y'all boys over here, boy. I see why he threw that at the beginning of the video now. Mine in the description. Just know that. But hey, man, now y'all going crazy with the little edits, man. Throwing in clips to reference what you talking about. Nah, that fine. Oh, you stepping it up, huh? You stepping it up, boy. Hey, you want to wait till 1 million views, boy. Stop playing with the boy, man.
Victim.
So they,
witness.
He a victim. He listed as a victim, but he also got caught with
Good
a gun.
afternoon.
So he in jail now for the gun, and also he in jail for Dirk, for the murder from Dirk.
So they implicated him in that, huh?
Yeah.
goofy.
He implicated himself in that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You know, I didn't ever think I would live to see a day in modern time where
I did.
the blue-eyed devil thing was going to be a real thing.
Oh.
I looked in the guy Adam's eyes, and when I looked in his eyes, I seen, well, obviously a pervert, obviously someone who's a manipulator. But I seen these characteristics in his eyes, and I treated him accordingly. Because like once I realized that all of those guys out there are in content creation, we're all secretly in cahoots. I ran a misinformation program on them, and it worked.
Right. So, Whack 100.
Right.
He's into it. Well, I don't know if he's into it. But, the plumber, he's trying to fight. He has to squabble with Whack 100.
Another clip.
You say it like that. Is there a celebrity boxing match you would take?
Whack 100, wind it up.
You said squabble means something big.
Yeah, that's what it means. I don't think.
Wait, what?
Yes.
He said squabble means
He
something
said,
big.
wait, what?
Yeah, like, but I don't think.
Wait, so you say squabble means
Suck a nigga dick.
So you said
merchant?
No, come on.
Come
on, gang. Come on, gang. He was talking about.
Somebody asked for Whack 100 squabble, that means something big, right?
No, but he was talking about fight. He had catch a fade. He told Whack 100 he wanted to catch a fade with him.
Oh yeah, shout out Aaron.
But Whack
My boy Aaron, that's my boy.
But Whack 100 denied the fade.
Whack 100 made terroristic threats, threatened the lives of women and children on camera, and faced no reprimand and no consequences.
Right.
How can a man make terroristic threats, illegally record phone calls in 2 dissenting states, but these are felonies, and escape all legal issues for people?
He's an informant. I've been told y'all boys that, hey, rat is a rat.
How's that possible?
I don't know why they expect it.
Well, how can that
There's only one way, man. He got a badge, so he an informant, dog.
even be accepted if your culture is supposed to be the
Who accepted him? You? The goofies? That boy is a goofy, man. Rat 100, man. For real, he be ratting, man. Shout out Rat 100, academics, all the rats that really be doing their thing, man. But if they think they anything else, boy, you ain't no gangster, boy.
mecca of gangsterism.
Well, I don't know. You're a pyro.
Guy behind street politics and be on both sides of it. Like, that's another Charleston white for real, bro.
He's a
Rat 100.
All right. We don't stay.
Oh, Andy, y'all that scared.
Y'all really think a 57-year-old man is gonna do
He be
anything?
on that bitch. Buff
Come on.
Straight to a
Scary as fuck.
straight wolf.
Okay. Listen, moving right along, right? Blueface.
Scary as
Oh,
All right.
scary.
Blueface will order to pay Soldier Boy girlfriend $123.
fuck Blueface too.
See, this the
Come
thing,
on,
bro.
gang.
This the thing. When a man Blueface,
123K.
he got a slave owner tattooed on his face. Man.
What you mean, slave on a tattoo on his face?
Does he not have?
Man, you talking about the same money that y'all worship? Come on, bro. You got diamond chains on, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. You a security guard trying to show off your jewelry.
Benjamin Franklin tattooed on his face.
You better not ever be talking about no blues, nah.
People Whack 100. Fuck.
Does he not have
on the bitches
Benjamin
money.
Franklin tattooed on his face?
Them facts. But ain't nobody gonna think about that. That's why we don't be trying to kick it.
Oh, we're not trying to kick it, bro. Them boys want to be our buddy. All clown, lame, dork.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, just in. Paperwork is released saying that Brick Baby, I'm going to read it, on March 2023,
Birds.
he actually told someone that he was working for the feds. And it's in the paperwork that he was.
We love. I knew
I'm
that.
looking at it right now.
He's working at No Jumper. That's the fed guys. The actual podcast is listed in the paperwork in the indictment. This is my whole thing with this world. Just look at the schematics and everything. Where are we as a people if one of our young, bright, talented stars goes and gets a white slave owner tattooed on his face, using symbolism to try to manipulate the masses to worship them and worship the dollar. Because a man who worships the dollar will do anything to get it.
Right.
How is this something that's honorable? And who is responsible for him?
Right. But
The white dude.
But it's two things that happened in No Jumper that was crazy.
What's that?
You know, they lost their Instagram page. They didn't have it for a long time. Soon as Brick Baby go to jail, that case come, the page come back open, and they get the page back.
You saying that boy Adam 22 backdoor Brick Baby to get his Instagram page back? Hell no. Ain't no fucking way that's the truth right there, boy. You telling me that's what happened, bro? He backdoor his own mans for an Instagram page back? And he could have grinded a new one?
You know why they lost the page?
I don't know.
They lost the page.
Nah.
They made that short of me saying that every time I go into a room, I have a plan to kill everybody in the room. They put that clip up, that violated the page, got the page took down.
Right. Well,
That's why they lost the page.
well, I'm gonna let you hear this. Right. This Adam himself.
Verge of doing something crazy, and he didn't say it, but it feels like the suggestion is that maybe this is because of the stress that the big Eureka is putting on you, since you might feel like, since you were so wrapped up in so much of his dealings, that maybe you're next on the Fed's platter.
He just told Whack 100 that he was next on the Fed's platter.
Everybody
live
know
on No
that,
Jumper.
man.
Who just said that?
Adam 22.
Said that Wack was next.
He told Whack in his face he was next.
They brought Wack, they brought Adam in.
I heard they brought. I thought it was a troll. That wasn't a troll. They really brought him in.
They didn't arrest him. They brought him in to have a conversation with him.
But why would he tell his employee that he's next? I don't know.
Adam was always very adamant by saying that if the police come calling, he's snitching. He's telling. He always said that.
So you telling me
They
that
do anything for clout.
do anything for clout?
They chasing as Dugas said. They chased it all the way to the Feds game.
Right. And
They
the
do
Feds,
look like saucy, yeah, boy, for real.
and they got Brick Baby, and they in the same cell. They sharing the cell. I never seen two people on the same indictment share a cell if one of them is listed on the indictment.
That's they're not sharing the same. They're not sharing the same cell. But at the end of the day, I feel like these boys know that they won't be on the street for a long time, and they doing a lot. They still.
Hey, shout out to Real Pod, man. James, man, I think you might got to go find another channel, gang. Time for you to go, man. Time for you to get up out of here, man. I would do it to your ass, but I'm going to just kindly tell you, you feel me? Remove yourself. You don't want to be a gang. Slide.
They want to make content from behind bars. Let me ask you a question.
I asked me.
If you was in the Feds, would you be calling, talking about your case as actor on stream?
I see you, gang.
I mean, it just depends. I mean, if you're trying to get a couple extra dollars, you broke. What he gonna do? He said, "I'm not giving him no money." He broke. What he supposed to do?
They said the dude Brick Baby
He
said
broke.
Adam ain't after the fall
That's what they said. That's it. But moving right along, you know, Honeycomb Brady.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Shout out, Cole.
So he left Rap a Lot and signed with Cash Money.
What?
No, he left and signed with Cash Money. I think he should stay to Rap a Lot.
Water in 3 cups is crazy, boy.
Cash Money.
And he hitting a cigarette on the low.
Cash Money ain't never gave nobody no
Putting on
Cash Money.
chapstick. Man,
Did he-
bro.
I mean, what's up with that?
Dude look like a big ass
know
goofy.
that him.
I don't like Dude look like goofy with he got mismatched gloves on. Man got red shades inside. Man got a lightning bolt on his head. This is, bro, big ass goofy, y'all, bro. And they trying to call lame every 2 seconds. Like y'all the definition of cool. What y'all boy ran high school? Y'all was the toughest old lineman on y'all team, huh? In y'all school. Number 52 and 58.
Had a physical altercation.
No, I didn't know that.
Come on, bro.
Honeycomb Brady.
That don't even sound right.
homie Put hands on.
What?
That's facts.
If somebody touch one of them, they gonna die.
Boy, stay
That's
capping.
how that go. Or they get pushed off the label.
He was trying to get off the label.
Oh, so that's how he end up getting off. They end up signing them off after the fight or something.
Yep.
That's exclusive.
That's real facts right there. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, a lot of people don't really be knowing what's going on, bro. But, you know, I'm not one of the people. Who gonna know the most about somebody? Other than their bodyguard, other than their security. You there with them 24/7.
Right.
You there with them the whole day, every day. Just like you got with me 24/7 the whole day, every day. Who you think gonna know the most about it? That's the problem with this. And we're so wayward. Folks don't even know what's going on.
Right.
Just know that. Shout out Honeycomb. Shout out Brady. At the end of the day, that shit got physical between them. You heard about
What? Got to tell me. Heard about what? Heard about what? You got to tell me. Don't chill.
Fly. He try to fly.
Come on, gang.
I'm
Come on, gang. You got to tell me. Heard about what? Come on. Heard about what?
That boy big cap in there.
Heard about what?
So you never heard about J. Chris Jr. being in a fist fight with one of his artists before?
Nah, all I heard, you couldn't touch him, you couldn't fight him. He was like a godfather in Texas. That's all I've heard. I never heard nobody else put hands on him.
Right.
The last person that did, they died in the dice game.
So you saying that Takeoff put hands on J. Chris Jr.?
No, I heard that he kind of like got physical with somebody there. But I don't know if that's true. Yeah, I heard he did. Over the dice game.
That ain't what happened.
So what happened with that? Come on, gang. You know something.
That's the thing, right?
You know.
This is one reason I don't
Take
like
off.
going places with a bunch of emotional motherfuckers who not really willing to do other violent acts because we'd have been in several dice games, you feel me? I done seen niggas lose 300,000-400,000.
They talking about
If I
Takeoff.
wasn't there, somebody would have been murdered or robbed.
And celebrity dice games, though?
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't think all this gang stuff going on with celebrity. They got too
And
much.
dice games?
Dice
it
game,
ain't
but
just
dice game,
celebrities
boy.
that- You know who Hustle Cartel is?
Yeah, I heard he be gambling a lot.
I've been in one of his dice games.
But I heard he be cheating all the time.
No. He don't be cheating, you feel me? Like, he got a certain type of role he use. But if niggas don't like him using that role, he a role normal.
So if he got a role to use, ain't that cheating?
It's up to you to say if you gonna accept it or not.
Come on, gang. That's
If
cheating.
you in a dice game and somebody stacking the dice, if you let that shit slide, that's on you. It's not cheating. If you want to
Ain't
go
lying.
someplace where ain't none of that going on, go to the casino.
He tried not to snitch on him. Oh yeah, that boy stacking dice, y'all boy. That what he doing, man.
I done been at dice games with all of the stars and stuff, man. There's a lot of killers in there. Facts.
Right. Well, let's get off the killers and talk about some real killers, right?
Oh, I'm about to say.
Elon Musk. And you know, President.
He gonna say
the
the
United
dice.
States of
Yeah,
America.
nah,
now,
bro, he
so-
don't.
Yeah.
Slide
And
them bitches.
I gotta talk to the senior sister.
That shit will not go down here, boy.
Elon Musk did a
That boy
swat,
get beat up and robbed.
hand on the chest, right up. What does that mean?
Well, he went from his heart
Yeah, straight out.
and then he saluted.
What is he doing?
I feel like that's a salute for the people.
For what people?
So are you making are you insinuating
I'm
that,
asking you, is that racist? Is that not? Come on, gang.
why is it?
You work for CIA. You're not gonna say that's racist. That's racist. It's not racist.
I don't think that's right.
Come on, gang.
Why is it? Racist toward who? Why are you offended by it?
Because millions of black people have died in slavery from that same gesture.
The Germans and Hitler, whose name is the Führer, was he responsible for slavery?
So you're telling me that that's good? The swastikas and all that, that's good.
The swastika, in its inception, had nothing to do with violence or evil.
Come on, gang.
See,
You sound like Kanye West.
No. I can state actual facts to you that can be fact checked.
Give us the facts, man.
The swastika was always a spiritual symbol.
Right.
The Nazis adopted it. Because you cannot have a war without belief. And in order to have belief, you gotta have symbols for people to use the ideology. Point blank period. Why are black people offended? Even if that was a salute, why are they offended by that?
Because, years of slavery being abused by white men.
Who sold the first initial group of slaves that were brought here to this country?
Yeah, you act like you agree with them.
You talking about the Africans? You gonna say who the Africans, huh?
I'm asking you, bro.
The black man.
Exactly. Them African kings had already plundered and pillaged groups. They sold prisoners of war.
Prisoners.
That's how those first groups of people got here. That's why African countries are offering people free.
Now the last part you fucked up. You talking about how they got bro? No, we heard them boats ain't even made it whole time. You feel me? Them people been here.
Citizenship. Tell them to come back home to enrich their nation. Because historically, our people have sold themselves
right now.
out
Back up.
and their group of people
Back up, man.
for financial gain.
You're not getting none.
How is it that a
What are you
country
begging?
with all of the minerals, resources, everything you need to flourish is even getting colonized because us as a people can't seem to work together because of tribalism. The same thing is happening here. I don't believe with the woe is me story. I'm not a part of the whole woke victimhood nonsense. I don't got no sad story. Since I was born, I stood on business, do what I had to do. But at the end of the day, we got to face facts.
Well, listen, I get what you're saying, but in Chicago news, right? Dirk in jail.
Right.
And nobody seems to speak on Dirk that's just in jail. Nobody close.
Right.
But his baby mama did. I'm going to let you hear what she said.
Which one?
And that was never my intentions at first when it came to me exposing the world to what was going on with my son. So I can publicly apologize if I ever said anything shady because I can't remember everything that I said back then when I was going through a lot of emotions because of my son. See, the thing is, because when I get in my feelings, nothing matters. I will go off the deep end when the person got me f***ed up. I can publicly say that, I hope that everything worked out the way it's supposed to. I was in love, y'all. I feel like everybody gets along for the purpose of the children. Nah, I wasn't no sneaky link.
Shout out my Cherokees, man.
I wasn't no sneaky link. Through Newski, through MacArthur Swindle, I met him through Nunu. Me and Nunu used to go to school together to Westcott Elementary, and that's his cousin. And he reached out to me. Boom. My baby daddy is taking care of his child. Yay. Whoop-de-doo. I'm happy.
So she's saying now he's taking care of his kid, but before she said he wasn't. But now, all of a sudden.
Damn, so she said Lil Durk trying to pretend he take care of his kids now because he got all this court shit going on, so he want to appear as he a better father than he really was this whole time? Now that's crazy, boy. That boy faking. Hey, you do what you got to do to get out of jail, boy.
He is. But he in jail.
That payment came through.
What payment came
when
through?
When the child support hit, everybody felt a lot better.
Oh, okay.
That's a man who got 10 children, man. And
he said same son that started step pops. I remember.
They get left out. And the moment you say no one time, it's fuck you now.
Right.
And then,
You good, gang?
When that cheese hits, our people forget about everything when money get involved.
Yeah, she most definitely forgot about that. And that's kind of strange now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's cap. Dirk always fuck with Jit, especially the one who shot the stepdad. So yeah, now she just making up shit, boy, trying to make Jit look like a bad daddy. Whole time he been taking care of Jit. Damn, boy. She wild, boy. See how she would have fooled the jury that fast?
Keeping it on Dirk, do you think that Dirk got a possibility of any way of properly coming home behind all this?
Always a possibility, but it don't look good. You got guys fighting the murder for hire charge with public defenders. That's never good. Yeah, man, the streets is done.
The streets got to be done because now they're starting this slide for Dirk, and they leaked the picture of Quando Rondo mom on the internet.
So what? She was a drug addict or something?
They released on the internet saying that but think she's gonna get hurt or something like that. Her face is out there now.
I don't think it's gonna be no more activity regarding him and the BBs. Just think about this. How many people associated with Vaughn is dead on jail?
But it don't matter. He putting his mom on the internet showing that she's on drugs.
Did he do that?
Yes.
He posted his own mama?
Yes. He posted his own mama. So look how you smiling. You was a drug addict. And he running around the streets showing her. Quando Rondo.
I'm his real mom. He right here fight that way. He like no good though. And
She wasn't cranking the boy shit.
Yeah, she on the bag the last couple days. Try to calm your mama down, baby.
She wasn't cranking the boy shit, man.
See that? I'm telling you, you holler at her.
Mongoose, what you got going on? Where your shoes at, Mongoose?
Damn, dog. Like mama, like son, man. That boy had a career ahead of him, boy. Quando could have been one of them ones for real. Ain't he had that thing behind him? Like, yeah, that kind of messed him up, but what really messed him up, man, he ain't keep dropping that music. Even though he would talk about doing it to that one specific person, but bitch wouldn't care if he kept dropping hot shit. Oh, when he get out, he gonna turn up. Oh, that boy locked up.
Wando probably hot too. He showing his mama though.
How old is
DJU.
But that's his mama.
He dropped his flag online, so of course he's gonna hurt his mama online.
So, I mean, that's kind of weird to be showing your mama online a drug addict, and she's a drug addict.
You ain't never supposed to do that. You feel me? But that's the thing. Like the family structure in our community is completely fractured, and nobody has rules to abide by. Everybody's abide by their own personal feelings, and whenever
he in the feds 2 years.
Anybody I knew as a man made an emotional choice, they lost in the end.
Right. I mean, that was pretty good. You think he lost in the end, only getting a few years in?
Yeah, I ain't didn't know that boy Quando was in the feds right now for 2 years, boy. That makes sense now. But hopefully when he get out, now he link back up with YB and shit. You know, YB gonna always make sure that boy's straight regardless, before and after the situation. You feel me? So, yeah, man, that boy got connections like YB, man. Fuck it, drop a tape, man. Bitch ain't gonna be like, oh, you using. That's you signed. That's your privilege. You better take advantage. Before you be like these others who just can't use them, bitch, you better use the got them before you lose them.
In jail, everything that he was.
Why would he be there every day? Something dropping.
I think Quando got the opportunity to revitalize himself in his career.
Well, I forgot he just got locked up.
Because he took a lot of losses in his life so far, but it's still time to win. He a young guy. That internet is a big enemy, though.
Right. Well, I'll tell you about a loss. Young Thug was, he released from jail on a 15-year probation. All right. The prosecution just crazy put it in a violation for Instagram post, for a tweet actually. I mean, do you think someone go back to jail for? I mean, come on, a tweet.
As long as Stanfield Willis is in that position of authority,
yeah, 2 years, that's sweet.
They're gonna try to violate him every time.
But Young Thug ain't getting no. We talking about Quando Rondo got a good deal, 2 years. That's good. I don't even know what he got them 2 years for, but that's still good. Young Thug, 15 years probation. Yeah, now you're done, bro. You're cooked. See, his career ain't even flourishing right now, bro. You just sat the extra 2 hours, got off completely good, been dropping all types of drill, kill this music the next day, talking about YSL, this, that, slime, slat. You'd have been good. Right back to where you left off. But nah, you want to go ahead and you made Lil Woody do all this hard work. He messed up his face, all types of bitches think he a rat. On paperwork, this man saved your whole case. Just for you to go get 15 years probation. Goofy.
They feel like that they feel like the Thug owed him his life, man. And then think about this. They all copped out the plea deals. 15 years probation. It's a death trap.
So you don't think he can make
death
out
trap, boy? 15 years, gang. How are he gonna be in 15 years? That man probably like 35 right now. 15 years, he gonna be like what, 60 something? Like, gang, life then came and left. What you doing there? Oh, you gonna go to Dubai? By then, you better not be doing no dumb shit. Like, come on now. Now, if he sneezes in traffic, he better not be driving nothing. Your boy, he going in, your boy. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. He violate. He smoking a joint probably. Who knows? He done. He can't even go back home, Atlanta, for what, 2-3 years?
If they all cop pleas, just like Gunna cop a plea, is that snitching?
I mean, they say it's not.
The only person who didn't cop a plea and tell them is YFN Lucci is out.
And Woody.
Yeah, he out now, but I ain't seen her. But anybody heard from him yet?
Laying low.
How you gotta do it?
laying low, playing
That's what you're supposed to do.
when you really get busy, bro, you gotta know something, bro. Like once they get on to you, they on to you the rest of your life, bro. Go with it.
You just beat the fast. You think you gonna come back out and be the fool everybody else doing?
Right.
All y'all ass chasing that. Right.
Shit. Oh my God. Why you hit this crazy guy with you?
Man, it's been several times. I have bounties on my life.
Wow.
This is the only person who was willing to sign up and stand front lines with me anywhere. He went to hell and back with me.
Right now, I'm gonna be too late.
You know, we don't pick and choose our battles. You gotta never pick and choose his battles. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's like if he went with me, I'll be dead probably, for sure. I just take the hanging out windows, niggas, y'all die, both of them.
Right. So I see you guys on Real Street Stars, right? And I see you viral capping.
About what?
What's a dog man? I just want to keep looking. You capping about dog man and all this shit, man. You
So look,
come
bro,
on.
like I said,
That's your real.
we don't
Ain't
pick
no
our
dog.
battles, bro. One day, phone and bread. We at the mansion, Google. Phone ring. Big homie dog man is real. He's out here. You take this serious. I was like, bro, what do you mean dog man, bro? Then fools start sending us pictures off his trail cam on his property, sending us pictures of footprints, and then we started doing the research.
What does a dog man footprint look like?
Let me send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Wow.
Big ass man that's a wolf, boy.
Man, first, Duke, I said, dude, they wasn't fight the dog, man. He said, oh, you like his name. He said, when I see him, I'm do his ass bow and stuff him all in this shit. I'm like, shit. The guys ain't even know that this is like a mythical creature. But I'm going to show you some shit.
He's a mythical creature.
I'm cryptid, as they say. So think about it, bro. They got a whole website. North American Dog Man Project.
Let me look this up.
Nigga to be capping, bro.
I'm gonna send you some shit right now. You could be like, damn.
Of the dog man.
Dog man is a real thing, apparently.
So did y'all ever go look for it?
So, we've been doing our research on it first. Because, bro, like, that footprint is crazy work. And then I'm going to send you all the information that they sent us on this. And then we call it around our sources. Our sources is verifying.
A dog man.
Niggas like, dude, nah, you can go get the dog.
They telling us, look at this, I'm going to send you a map. They got
What state this is?
Oh my God, that's a footprint.
Well, they got
It got a footprint like a dog.
Now, for that size footprint, whoever made that print got to be 7 feet tall.
Oh, this ain't no cap.
500 pounds.
Well, it sound like they describing some type of Bigfoot and they stated some shit. Huh?
Oh,
Dog
shit,
man.
big ass ain't
I heard, what it was? That other Travis Scotty or something like that. They got werewolves and shit too.
too ass cool.
Yeah, they looking for Bigfoot.
Do we stand straight up?
You stand straight up. Look at this. Look up at the city right now.
They trying to catch the biggest body.
Look at that right there. See, my thing is, bro, like spiritually, our people is living under a cloud. There's a lot more going on out here. Because are you familiar with a lady named Catherine Cross?
No. Give me familiar.
Catherine Cross is a young lady who died years ago. In 1917, she died, bro. Her gravestone said, killed by human wolves. Her husband, they said he was crazy. But I just sent you this is factual information. This ain't no cap, this ain't no made up.
Catherine Cross, March 13, 1989, October 10th, was a young Oakland woman whose headstone explains which read, murdered by human wolves, was a source of local legends. Her grave and the headstone has been stolen as of July 2016. Why are they still in the grave?
Once the public found out what that gravestone read, they say some people pulled up in black trucks and all black and took the gravestone. Her husband tried to tell everybody. Back in that time, there was always newspaper articles about werewolves that lived in a certain area. All throughout history, there tells about wolves that walk on two legs. Why would that lady gravestone?
How come in these new Twilight movies and all these movies, they done messed up the werewolves and got them looking like regular big ass wolves now? That's what I hate about. That's why I don't even fuck with werewolves no more. You don't hear bitches talking about they want to be werewolf. None of that no more. Talking about some man, they got them walking on all fours, looking like just regular big ass dogs. Like, bruh, y'all made werewolves lame as shit, bruh. The hybrid was what made them just wavy. Come on, man. We want the Bigfoot. We want the standing on tools like they talk about all this on fold, just a big ass dog. We gonna be like, that's just a big ass dog. You ain't a werewolf, lame ass shit.
Don't say that in 1960.
You can't even stand up and run down and talk.
Wow.
You a dog man.
Man, you the same person that said you saw Bigfoot, though.
Dog man.
You the same person.
Bro, I seen a taxidermy. I didn't see.
What them in Twilight? Them lichens? You said them not werewolves in Twilight. What them is? Lichens? Lichens supposed to be down there half and half too. Like the standing up type, you feel me? The off underworld. Nah, them werewolves. Underworld, that's them demons right there, boy.
In walking, I seen a taxidermy.
Man, don't do it.
Giant man. I was bodyguarding a client. I work on a team with some army.
So dog mans don't transform. Werewolves do transform. What y'all saying? These aren't werewolves in Twilight. It's something else. It comes from Native American mythology. Okay. That why. But not ever since Twilight though. All the other werewolf movies we got have been walking dogs. Like that shit been throwing me. You feel me? Like every movie since then. Like Twilight fucked up the narrative, bro. We had good ass werewolves in Underworld and shit like that before that. Even werewolf, teen werewolf, all that. I used to fuck with werewolf movies now. Now I can't even watch this shit because it's just dogs. What the fuck I'm watching dogs for? I fuck with dogs. Don't get me wrong, but a werewolf, I'm watching it transform to a dog running. No, we don't care about that shit, man. Teen wolf, at least a little fur on the face. Like, you feel me? A transformation with the fangs, bit. All that other just dogs running around. Nobody give a fuck about that lame ass shit.
Ranger guys, and since I was not ex-military,
I feel like vampires more lit now.
I had to do the grunt work.
Oh, spiritual thing. Okay.
I'm cooking on the grill. I'm bringing beers when we get off shift. While the guys was on patrol, the owner of the property brought me into his trophy room. He's a big game hunter, man. Facts. A big game hunter. He had all type of different animals. I seen a zebra posted up there. I seen
He's trying to get that dog, man.
A cheetah, a camel.
Big game hunter.
I seen different animals. He had like a tiger rug. Then he showed me somebody that was way bigger than me, arms huge, thighs huge, and the hair on my neck stood up, bro. I'm like, no, and I'm looking at it. And
wow.
He looking at me. He said the big old boys are real. They're out there.
Man, you done seen a lot, right?
Yeah, I was always doing a lot.
Right. So you have to go to court for the P. Diddy involvement.
Right.
Why? Why does that look like? I mean, you gotta testify. What is this you gotta do in this court case?
I gotta go in there and stand on business.
Yeah, you gotta testify.
They don't get their facts right.
He's security.
This is how I know it's a conspiracy.
You gotta show them how to snitch.
The same law firm was trying to pay me $1,000 for a 30-minute interview. I turned it down. Right after that, this lawsuit come out. Now, last year in October, they pulled this same out exactly.
Gang said Twilight got them shapeshifters. He said, I just searched what they called in Twilight, shapeshifters. And James said, I'm from the reservation and I've traveled to most skin hoods. And we believe all that. It's a spiritual thing. Nah, fast. But I ain't gonna lie, boy, it's a lot of spiritual, mythical shit. I ain't gonna say believe in, but I don't think fake.
Exactly, $15,000 to get my name omitted
fake at all.
out this lawsuit before. This is all in the paperwork. You go on patient, you're gonna see all of this. When they amended the lawsuit this time, they kept my name in there. And people getting paid money.
Right.
Why would I blow the lid off of a situation and then later be complicit? Sucker, it's a conspiracy going on. We out here fighting evil. We defeating everybody. God sent me to do a job. I'm going to get this job done.
When you're doing it really aggressive, you can't be running around hitting people with guns.
Who you hit with a gun? How you doing?
The paperwork.
Streets unplugged. You know we gotta plug the streets in.
Nah, they pistol whipping niggas.
Plugged in a while. I swear to God, my mama.
Interview, man. W interview, man. Shout out Big Homie CC. That boy really came on there with 607. After 607 claimed he was capping, which is crazy. And the boys had a respectful interview, man. So that's still a W right there, man. Look, back in the booth. I lost my dogs, I'll kill a killer. If I get a chance, I'ma shoot. Bye, bro, I crash. Broad day, you know, man, so I'm telling the truth. Ain't no therapist can relate to me, it's why I put my pain in the booth. No, I'm really coming from poverty, borderline, I ain't have no rule. I will hit a list for real, they get fun by trying to learn how to spoof. Fuck around, find who spoofing back, that spoofer, I got spoof.